Hi, Barbara. Hi, Sarah. I'm Diane Rowden, Hernando County Commissioner, and we're sitting here at the Crescent Community Clinic in Spring Hill, and I'm very familiar with the Crescent Community Clinic, but I'd like you, Barbara, to introduce yourself and your position here and a little bit about the Crescent Community Clinic.
Crescent Community Clinic, Diane, as you well know, was founded in 2008 because you were very instrumental in helping us get organized and up and going in Brooksville originally. Then we moved in 2011 to Spring Hill, and I came aboard in 2010, and I am the administrator of the Crescent Community Clinic, which is the free clinic for uninsured, indigent, and underserved non-elderly adults in Hernando County for chronic health care, for dental care, and for mental health care.
And I really appreciate all that you have done, Barbara, and the doctors and providing care for people, because what's so important is that the people that have received the care are not in our emergency rooms, and they're getting care that's helping them with their long-term health and getting back into the workplace. So I'm sure you've got some examples of some numbers as far as what we've helped save and how many doctors that volunteer. Can you share that, Barbara?
Well, Diane, as you well know, our goal is to keep people out of the hospital emergency room for non-emergency care. That's why we stabilized them. And last year, we saved the county over $4,440,000 of health care. So we really are doing a lot for the community and saving the hospital charity care and taxpayers and the insurance rates.
And it is wonderful, and some of the examples of people that would be normally in an emergency room type situation are people with diabetes, because they don't have the type of treatment or care that they needed, but they come here and you're able to provide them the resources. I mean, not as far as money, but how to go out and get the additional help. I know that there's a lot of pharmacies out there that provide the medication that help people with diabetes, high blood pressure, and can you explain a little bit of how that?
Absolutely. That's the Pharmaceutical Prescription Assistance Plan, and we enroll our patients in those plans, and they receive up to a year's supply of free medication in 3-month intervals. And so because of that, they now have the ability to keep their medications and their levels good. And we have another program here, which is the diabetes meters, and we provide a meter and the test strips and of course all the other pieces that go with that for $12. And if our patients can't afford it, then we donate it to them. But then we know that they're testing their sugar levels, which keeps them much healthier.
Exactly, and that's really important, is the key to preventative health care, to make sure that they understand that if they do all the steps that you show them, that they won't end up sick and that they can be very productive, and maybe someday even through exercise and the right nutrition, not be on this diabetic medication.
I'm awfully glad you mentioned that, because we have a program coming up which is Walk with the Doc, and Sarah is going to tell you about that. Okay. Sarah?
Great. Hi, Sarah. And if you would introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Walk with the Doc here.
Sure. My name is Sarah Malucci, and Walk with the Doc is a nationally recognized walking program, and it was started by a doctor in Ohio, and he was frustrated that he wasn't seeing improvement in his patients. And finally, he wrote them a prescription, and he said, we're going to meet at the park and we're going to take a walk. So our doctors have volunteered their time once a week here, and we're going to meet at the Town Square Shopping Mall Wednesdays in the morning.
Which is the old Walmart building, right?
Yes,
down by
the old
Chili's.
Walmart building, yes. And we're going to meet at 8 in the morning, and we're going to have a good, healthy walk in the morning. It starts with a brief health topic. And then that conversation carries on into the walk. And all that you need is 30 minutes of walking a day, and it can change the rest of our future. Everybody's future, 30 minutes of walking a day. The Surgeon General just put out a call to action. It's called Step It Up, and it's to create walkable communities and encourage walking and walking groups within our communities. And Crescent Clinic is really latching on to that, because we see that the future of our health in the county, unfortunately, is declining unless we take severe action.
And it is. It's just a small amount of time that you would start feeling a whole lot better. And you know, when you start feeling better, then you're able to do more things, and when you're able to be more active, then again you're going to even feel better. And there's also I know that the Crescent Community Clinic is working on a women's health and wellness program, and they need people that could help contribute money toward that to help, because for every $100 that provides a woman with a pap smear test. And you know, so can you tell us a little bit about how people can get involved and donate money if they want to do the whole $10,000? That's 100
Sure.
women, but in a small way or big way, we would appreciate your help.
So our goal is a $10,000 fund before we open up our Women's Health and Wellness Center. Currently, a woman in Hernando County who qualifies as working poor has to drive all the way to Dade City to receive any women's services. And that's an awful long way, especially if you're living in Spring Hill. So our goal is to open a Women's Health and Wellness Center where we offer our mammograms and other feminine needs, not OB/GY, OB care, no childbirth or anything like that, but it has to do with your ovarian and your cervical diseases, and then your breast and your mammograms. And if you want to donate to this cause, which is really needed, you want to click on our donate button on our webpage, www.crescentclinic.org, or you can participate in our culinary experience with Chef Michael. We have tickets available. They're $25, and that should be a nice afternoon. And we'll have other fundraisers coming
And
up.
that's at the Timber Pines residence, right?
Timber Pines residence, and Chef Michael will be performing a culinary display, and we will enjoy all of the good lunch there and great community time.
And that's on October the 21st from 2 to 4.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Great. And if they have any questions, what's the telephone number here?
The telephone is 352-610-9916, and you can call and ask any of those questions, or you can find us on Facebook, and you can leave us a question on Facebook.
And you can also, if you want to bring $10,000, you can bring it right to the Crescent Community Clinic, and they would take that, and then that way we would be ready to go with this women's health clinic. So, Barbara, would you like to close with anything?
We have another program. We're talking about diabetes. It's the Healthy Lifestyle Conference. This is our second year of doing that, and this year it's at the VFW Club post on Anderson Snow, right off of Anderson Snow, 10209. That's the post, and it's from 9 to 3 in the afternoon, morning and afternoon. We're having a free lunch, so people have to register, and they can register at 597-6333, and that's Oak Hill Hospital, because we do partner with the Hernando Diabetes Alliance. And that's going to be an afternoon where you get a lot of education, plus you can have your blood pressure and your glucose tests done there too.
Okay, and you can find this information, again, Crescent Community Clinic is on Facebook, and it's www.crescentcommunityclinic.org.
Crescent Clinic.
crescentclinic.org.
Correct.
So I thank both of you, Barbara and Sarah, and
Diane, thank you so much for interviewing us today. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.